Let me tell you something. We're in the middle of COVID-19. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and some people looking at this a different way, where they coming up out this situation richer. They get to the money because they see the bigger picture. They understand what they got to do. And if you're in the middle of the pandemic right now and you still able to provide for your kids, you still able to pay for table, you still able to put food on your table, you still able to pay for your bills, you ain't looking left or right trying to figure out where you gonna sleep at night, you a hustler. And that hustle is in you and not on you. Not many could say that, because some of these people depended on that little unemployment check, and now they done cut them benefits off, and they were getting that little extra $600 to $900 a week. They ain't started them no business. They ain't reinvest that money. All they did was buy them some shoes, clothes, and seafood bowls. They ain't do nothing with that money. Man, they wasted their space, and now they done cut them benefits. They done cut them off, and they looking left or right, trying to figure out where they finna sleep, because they money done got tight. But meanwhile, your kids still able to eat. Your bills still paid. You ain't had to suck no old man cock. You ain't had to do nothing just to got that name. You ain't had to let your pennies drop to get your bill paid. Baby, you a real hustler. That hustle in you, and they ain't on you. And a lot of people going through it right now, but you still get to it because you a hustler. Because see, that COVID supposed to give you a corona vision, not coronavirus. Some people think about coronavirus. You got to have the corona vision. You got to see through the coronavirus and understand that we gonna make it through this, baby. We gonna get through this. This too shall pass. Yeah, I'm on their ass. Understand what I'm saying? A lot of people going through COVID, and there's a lot of women out here that was stripping. Can't go to the strip club no more right now. It's closed down. So you know what they did? They start hoving. Yeah, they start hoeing, trying to get that money to pay their bill. But I ain't judging you, baby. I'm just letting you know you found another way. Right now, some women that were working regular jobs, they modeling now. They trying to figure out a way. Because guess what? That COVID brought the hustler out of them. It brought that hunger out of them and that lion out of them. And you start hunting, trying to figure out where the meat at. We all gotta eat. It's one piece of meat. You a hot heat, I'm a line. Who gonna get it first? Understand what I'm saying? We on this hunt, baby. Yeah, corona vision, coronavirus ain't no kind of, that shit don't exist. Man, listen, stay motivated, stay inspired, because if you made it through this, you can make it through anything. If you made it through 2020, you can make it through 2030. You can make it, baby, because you done went through the valley of the beast. You done went through the hard part.
Peasant out, Pluto. Peasant out, Pluto. Peasant out, Pluto.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And peace to you, sincere brothers out there. The true house of David. And the true house of David is getting stronger and stronger. And just like my man said, man, this COVID-19 is going to bring the real, true strength out of you. Either you're going to get stronger or you just going to get weaker. And I just got a few words, because what this COVID-19 actually we saw through this whole thing, we seen where people's minds at. And when we see how dudes are, we see that a lot of men are just, they're slack and they're lukewarm. They don't care about this truth like that. This is just something to do or to make money. This is not something that it was meant for a lot of men to do. They just jumped in it because they could see it was a way for them to come up. You see? And the real men of the Lord, what did they do? They got stronger. They got stronger. And the rest of you guys, what did you do? You became weak. You became sluggard. You thought you had the victory all fucking ready, and the Most High showed you that this thing ain't over. This thing ain't over. The COVID-19, it showed that a lot of men took their hand, and they still got a mediocre hand on the fucking plow, but their mind and their hearts are not in it. And the Heavenly Father is going to destroy a lot of you men out there, man. And the thing about it, the Lord said, be hot or cold. So what happened with the COVID-19 was a lot of men became sluggish. You see, they came real sluggard, and a lot of men, the Lord ain't with their ass, and they think they still in the truth. And really the Most High done took their candlestick And that's what this COVID-19 did. It really showed who really is for the Lord and who still was going to put up those numbers in the midst of this crisis. Who was going to find a different way? Who was going to keep putting out the Lord's word to every extent? A lot of men took this as an opportunity for to lay back and act like it was over. No, it wasn't over. This is the Most High was just seeing who was really about the Lord. And as you can see, a lot of men are not about the Lord. Now, the thing about it is, it don't matter what camp you with or what acronym is on your name. If your ass is lukewarm and sluggard, you're going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's going to destroy a lot of fake false prophets. And there's way more false prophet than just Nate out there. Nate ain't the only false prophet. It's a lot of false prophets that say they teaching the Lord's word in the correct name. See, they could be saying the correct name and they still could be false fucking prophets, man. You know, this is reality, man. And Nate ain't the only false prophets. You got a lot of high level demons that's in the truth that's calling out the name. That's why the Lord tell you in Matthew the 7th chapter, a lot of men gonna say, Lord, Lord. The Lord gonna tell your ass to depart because he never knew you. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 4 says, the soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. And where are you being made fat? In the harvest. This is the harvest, man. This is the end of the world. The scripture tell you that the harvest is the end of the world. The Lord told you that. Proverbs 26:16, it says, the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. Right, you think you got it in your own fucking mind. But for a lot of you dudes out there, the Most High ain't with you. He's not with you, man. He's not with you, a lot of you guys out there. And a lot of you guys, you condemn the just and justify the wicked. And a lot of you dudes really think the Most High is dealing with that how do you say that respect the persons type of shit. And guys are still in that respect the persons fucking attitude. And another thing, what you see in a lot of men don't let things go. A lot of men still hold grudges and think they teaching the Lord's word. And the Most High ain't dealing with that sacrifice. The scriptures say the sacrifices of the wicked is an abomination. So you got men still doing videos when they have hatred in their heart. And a lot of men are sluggard, and the interest of the Heavenly Father is not in their souls. Matthew chapter 7 verse 22. Yeah, you got a lot of demons out there, a lot of sluggards, and you got a lot of men out there that think they had the win in the bag, and the Most High showing you, no, it ain't that way. Right, you had a lot of dudes that took the COVID-19 and they threw their garment on the shelf and they really stopped teaching like that. And then when we came out and we said certain men was lukewarm on the West Coast and the East Coast or whatever coast we was saying, because everybody, a lot of dudes are lukewarm everywhere, then everybody got all riled up and shit, man. The Most High ain't dealing with a lot of you dudes out there, and the Lord is against a lot of you men out there, man. Matthew chapter 7 verse 22, it says, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name have cast out devils in thy name, done many wonderful works? Right, a lot of you dudes, you're going to act like you was really about the Lord when the Lord come back. And this is what the Lord going to tell you. You're going to say, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. Right, a lot of you are workers of iniquity. You're not about the Lord, man. You're not about the Lord. You guys are a bunch of demons, all you demons out there. And I don't have to say names, you just know it. You feel a type of way as we speak. That's why a lot of you guys felt the type of way when we put out these videos and you get all fucking butthurt. Why? Because you know that your ass ain't right. A lot of you dudes ain't right. Then you came against us. And really, a lot of you dudes ain't right. And then y'all standing up for dudes that ain't fucking right. And you dudes ain't going into shit, man. Y'all not going into, you're not going into nothing, man. The Most High ain't dealing with a lot of you dudes. Matthew chapter 25, verse 26. And this is what else the Lord's going to say. It says, his Lord answered, said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where thou hast straw, and gather where I have not straw. It says, thou wicked and slothful servant. That's right. The Lord is saying that you're wicked, man. A lot of you dudes are wicked. you're envious, you're jealous, you're fucking. A lot of you guys are a piece of shit, man. And Nate, he's a fucking high level demon, but a lot of you dudes that's calling on the Lord's name, you a bunch of pieces of shit too. And the Lord is going to destroy a lot of you dudes, man. You guys are part of the problem. You're part of the wicked. You're part of the 2/3, man. All you sluggers that's in this truth. The Lord said be hot or cold, man. And that's what the COVID-19, it actually did. It showed where men's heart was at. A lot of you guys threw the fucking towel in. Revelation 3:15. I knew thy works, and I know that thou art cold or hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That's right. And we see where a lot of dudes was at already. We see it, man. That's why I'm not subscribed to a lot of guys, man. I got a couple diligent, sincere brothers that's on fire that I watch in the apostles. Then that's it, man. I don't watch a whole bunch of you dudes, because a lot of you dudes, you're a bunch of goddamn you're attention whores. You got to get attention, and you act like the apostles is going to save you because they big you up, man. That don't mean anything. Deep down, your ass could be a goddamn devil, man. You got a lot of devils out there, man. You got a lot of demons out there. And they ain't just the only false prophets, man. You got a lot of false prophets that's calling on the name of the Lord. And that's why the Lord said, he going to say, depart from me, man, you workers of iniquity, man. You see? A lot of you men are on the left-hand side trying to do the right hand's work. But the Lord sets you up that way so you can gather men unlike to yourself so you can be destroyed, man. And that's what the Lord did. The Lord did that way. That's how the Lord works. The Lord is cold like that, man. You see? And that's why we have to suffer, man. Us brothers that really believe and that really put our heart into this. That's why we have to suffer. We have to suffer these things because this world is wicked, man. And the Lord said before honor comes humility. So we have to be humiliated and talked down upon in this time. So later on, the scriptures say the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And a lot of you men are not worthy to swing this sword, man. That's why the Lord got your ass sluggard, man. He got your ass in a lukewarm state. You see? The Lord is not dealing with you guys, man. The Lord is only dealing with the diligent. But yeah, I just really wanted to say that, man. That's what this pandemic actually did. It actually showed that a lot of men in this truth are not about the Lord. They're not about the Lord. The Lord is not in their interest. They're not really true men of the Lord out there. It's not that many. It's not that many, man. You may have a camp of 30 men, but only 2 or 3 of them are really on fire. You see? A lot of men are just fakes and phonies out there. And that's why the Lord said there's going to be many false prophets out there. You have many false teachers and false brethren out there. You have a lot of false brethren out there. What do you think? You don't have any false brethren out there? What the fuck? The Most High is not dealing with a lot of men that's out there, man. A lot. That's what Paul talked about. He said many. You see? Matthew 3:7, it says, but when he saw many of the Pharisees, so many of the Pharisees and Sadducees came to the baptism, and he said unto them, O generations of vipers, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come, right? So who warned you to the wrath to come? There's many vipers and snakes out there. There's many false prophets. There's many false prophets. There's many dudes. There's many slack-handed dudes. There's many dudes that don't believe. That's right, man. Matthew 13 and let's go back to this. Matthew chapter 13 and 58. And he did not many mighty works there because there were unbelief. That's right. So you can't do mighty works because why? You're of unbelief. You don't really believe, man. You see? Many false prophets out there. Matthew 24 and 5. Right. So a lot of dudes are going to come in that same spirit is saying the Lord's name, but they're going to be false prophets too. They're going to be false prophets too. They're going to say the real name of the Lord, the Hebrew. They're going to know the Hebrew. They're going to know the Hebrew. They're going to know this. They're going to know that, but they're going to be false fucking prophets and false brethren. Matthew chapter 20. 22 verse 14, it says, for many are called, but few are chosen. Everybody ain't called out there, man. Everybody ain't called out there calling on the Lord's name. And the ones that's really sent and that really believe, guess what? They're talked down upon, they're hated upon, they talk shit about us. They call us niggas and shit. But a lot of you dudes ain't gonna fucking make it, man. Matthew chapter 24 verse 5. Right, but you know one thing, I will say that, but I know that I've always believed, and this whole thing, what I was put here to do is just teach this word. But I know a lot of you dudes, you really don't believe, and a lot of you dudes really hate men that's really blessed. You hate the men that's really blessed, and a lot of you guys ain't blessed like that. Like I've said in another video, if everybody was to fall down around you, you would not continue to go on because the COVID-19 happened, and a lot of you guys, you start being slack. And just because certain brothers were saying certain things, that's what made you dudes go out and try to act like you really about the Lord. A lot of you dudes ain't about the Lord. You're not built for this. A lot of you guys, your woman rule over your weak ass. Matthew 22 and 13, it says, for many are called, but few are chosen. Only a few. Many of you demons was called, but only a few righteous brothers is going to be chosen. It says Matthew 24 and 5. It says, for many shall come in my name, saying that I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. Many are going to come in the Lord's true name, and they're going to deceive many, man. Matthew 24 and 10, and then shall many be offended, like they are. They're offended at us because we teach the true word, man. We don't sugarcoat shit. A lot of you guys are a bunch of demons, man. You're surrounded by lukewarm demons, and only a few men are really on fire that's out there. It says, and many shall betray one another and shall hate one another, right? It's a lot of betrayal and hatred out there. It's false brethren is everywhere, man. Matthew 24 and 11, and many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. Many false prophets are out there, deceiving many. And because an iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. That's right, man. So the love of many is waxing cold, and the iniquity is abounding. I just wanted to go into that, man. You know, this COVID-19, the crisis really showed where men's heart's at. The majority of men's heart is not with the Lord. It's with Satan. And with that, man, it's on to the next one. Hey, shalom.